Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're digging into something really quite special. The Tamiya Grasshopper and its incredible 40-year story.
Yeah, it's a fantastic journey. It starts with this paradox, right?
Right.
You have this RC buggy from '84, designed to be cheap, tough, easy for beginners, humble and slow, really like 12, maybe 18 miles an hour stock.
Okay, so entry-level stuff.
Totally.
Yeah.
But somehow it ends up being this platform people use to chase crazy speeds. We're talking over 60 miles per hour.
60 from that base. That's wild. So our mission today is to unpack that. How did this little beginner buggy become the speed obsession? We need to look at the evolution, the tech, the community driving it.
Absolutely. Let's start back in 1984, kit number 58043.
The original.
Yep. Super simple design. Tough ABS plastic chassis, that kind of hard polystyrene body, only weighs about 830 grams, built to last, easy to put together.
And the power system reflected that beginner focus, I guess.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
It used a tiny Mabuchi RS380S motor. The choice there was reliability, long run times, not speed.
Not velocity, yeah.
And it had that old mechanical speed controller, the MSC. 3 steps, really inefficient, basically just resistors burning off power as heat.
Okay, so slow and steady wins the race, or at least finishes it. And the suspension. I've heard stories.
Yeah. Non-existent is maybe a fair description. It was just coil springs. No damping.
Just bouncy.
Exactly. That's where the Grasshopper name comes from, that bouncing action. Huge limitation for stability, obviously.
But there was a silver lining, right? Something about the gearbox.
Yes. The crucial bit. The sealed rear gearbox. Tamiya really overbuilt it, made it bulletproof so beginners wouldn't break it.
Okay.
And that unintentionally became the key. It could handle way more power than the original motor could ever deliver. Decades later, that became very important.
So baseline, 12, 18 mph, tough but bouncy, a humble start.
That's the foundation.
Okay, let's jump forward. The 90s, early 2000s, the hop-up era, people started wanting more speed.
They did. The first logical steps were, well, obvious ones. Swap that little 380 motor for a bigger 540 size.
Like the Tamiya Sport Tuned, a common one.
Exactly. Add ball bearings instead of the stock plastic bushings, much more efficient. And, critically, do the Hornet suspension conversion.
Using parts from its sibling kit, the Hornet.
Right. That gave you proper oil-filled shock absorbers, actual damping.
So what did that get you, speed-wise?
You'd be looking at maybe 20, perhaps 25 miles per hour. A decent jump.
But still not exactly blistering.
No. And you started hitting the real limits of the chassis. That basic front suspension, the high center of gravity.
Okay.
You could put in a faster brush motor, but the car just became unstable. Diminishing returns,
Right. More power just meant more crashing. Until the next big tech wave.
Mid-2000s onwards. Brushless motors and LiPo batteries. Lithium polymer. That changed everything.
Explain that leap. What did brushless and LiPo bring?
Okay, so brushless motors are way more efficient, more powerful for their size, and you measure their speed potential with kV RPM per volt, higher KO, faster motor, and LiPo batteries. Lighter than the old Nicets, higher voltage.
Yeah.
And they can discharge huge amounts of current. That's the C rating.
Sounds like a recipe for speed. But putting that into an old Grasshopper chassis must have been tricky.
Oh, yeah. Major challenges. The gearing wasn't designed for that kind of RPM.
Yeah.
You had limited options. The battery tray was shaped for those old round Nayside stick packs. LiPos are usually rectangular bricks.
Shipment issues.
Big time. And you needed thicker wires, better connectors like Deans or XT60s to handle the sheer amps involved.
So the whole focus shifted.
Completely. It went from how do we make it faster to how do we stop it from exploding. Even a mild brushless setup could easily double or triple the power. Put in a 3-cell LiPo instead of a 2-cell.
You're talking, frankly, absurd power levels for that little chassis.
Unholy power, as some call it.
Pretty much.
So where did this lead? Actual documented speeds.
This is where GPS speed meters became essential. You started seeing leaderboards pop up, like on the Tamiya Club forums.
Yeah.
People verifying their runs.
And the top speeds are.
The current record, the last I checked, October 2023, is held by a group called Poor Boys RC. They hit 66 miles per hour, 106 kilometers per hour. 66 in a Grasshopper.
It's incredible. If you see the videos, the tires are ballooning like crazy. The car is barely controllable. Just pure insanity.
Wow. Any other notable runs?
Well, there's a good example from Emalama, who hit 46 mile per hour. Their build focused heavily on tires, using modern short-course truck tires like J-Concept's Hotties and sorting out the steering. They basically said modifying the suspension further was pointless at those speeds.
Interesting. And what about keeping it old school with brushed motors?
So there's a record for that, too.
Yeah.
Tamiya Steph, managed about 27.9 mile per hour, so nearly 28, which really highlights the massive gap brushless opened up.
Yeah, 28 versus 66. Huge difference. So the challenge now isn't just power.
Not at all. Power is almost the easy part. Now it's aerodynamics stopping it from becoming airborne. Tire technology finding or making tires that don't just shred themselves.
Yeah.
And chassis stability, keeping it straight, stopping it flipping. It's real engineering.
And the community is still pushing, right, with specific challenges.
Definitely. There's the Poor Boys RC Speed Run Challenge, the PVRC. It's become a sort of proving ground for this stuff. And guess what? The Grasshopper is the chosen platform for their 2025 challenge.
No way. What's the target?
The big one. The community is seriously aiming for 100 miles per hour with a Grasshopper for June 2025.
100. That's audacious.
It's pushing the absolute limits of what that 1984 plastic fantastic can do. A massive test of skill engineering. Maybe bravery, too.
Okay, so if someone listening is thinking, maybe I want to build a fast Grasshopper, what are the paths?
You can think of it in tiers, maybe. Tier 1, the Spirit of 88, aiming for, say, 20, 25 mile per hour.
The classic hop-ups?
Yeah, sport tune 540 motor, ball bearings, maybe a modern 2S LiPo battery, which is lighter, and those Hornet oil shocks. Fun, classic build.
Tier 2, getting more serious.
Tier 2.
Okay.
The brushless bruiser, now you're aiming for 40, maybe 50 mile per hour. You'll need a mild brushless system. 2S LiPo, again, is plenty, but now you need good tires like those SCT ones for grip. Focus on steering precision.
And Tier 3, the speed demons.
Tier 3, the record chaser. 60 mile per hour plus. High KVA brushless motor, 3S or even 4S LiPo for voltage. Custom aero parts. Yeah. Specialist tires, maybe belted RC car tires or even foam tires used in drag racing. And serious chassis stiffening. You're basically rebuilding half the car.
It's incredible. From a 15-mile-per-hour toy to a potential 100-mile-per-hour missile, the Grasshopper's journey is just improbable.
It really is. And its appeal, I think, isn't despite its flaws, it's because of them. It forces ingenuity. It's a battle against physics using this charmingly simple, flawed platform.
A constant challenge redefined by each new generation of tech and builders.
Exactly. Which leads to a final thought. As they push towards 100 mile per hour by June 2025, what new, completely unexpected limits will they hit? What breaks next when you push 40-year-old plastic that hard?
And what does this whole quest, this obsession with making a simple toy do the impossible, tell us about that human drive to just push boundaries, to see what's possible, even starting with the most unlikely candidate?
Something to think about, definitely. It's more than just an RC car.